What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode with my pal Alex and Feisty Pants.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Alex's Toy Show. It's Q&A 92. We are creeping up on 100. You know what happens when we have Q&A 100, my boy?
What?
It's a party! It's party time. Yeah. So, hey, can you say Happy Easter to everybody?
Happy Easter!
Happy Easter! It's Easter today for those who are celebrating. Happy Easter! So apparently, El Nardo and, who was the other guy? El Nardo and Sid from 3 Delivery thought that I stopped doing Q&A episodes every Sunday. So they both actually said, "Hey, since you're back at it," and I'm like, "Back at it? I didn't stop. Where? I don't know. I don't know what gave this impression here. So thanks for something." Little roasting on this Easter Sunday. El Nardo Bordas Jr. wants to know, how do you feel about Neville getting hurt? It sucks. Plain and simple. WePidge49 wants to know, what's my favorite food? It's called pasta. You put it in front of me, I'll eat it. For days. Oh, Ben Jr. wants to know, who will win, Shane or The Undertaker? I think it's going to be Shane or whoever ends up fighting for Shane, because I have a feeling Shane is not getting in the ring. Not with the skills that he has. Or maybe the skills that he's lost over the years, because he used to be pretty badass. But that last Monday Night Raw in, where he fought The Undertaker, he threw him some punches in the corner. That was a joke. I'm like, come on, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. Anthony wants to know, would you rather marry Nikki Bella or AJ Lee? Well, neither, since, well, you know what? Nikki isn't married. But no, neither. I'm more of a Trish Stratus kind of guy. And what is your favorite song? Favorite movie and song? Favorite movie is Spaceballs. It's a tie. Spaceballs and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Favorite song, I don't really have one. I used to run a music store, and I like all sorts of music. I don't have just one favorite song. 56 Rock, classic rock ambassador. He's an ambassador to classic rock. That's his name. It's right there in his name. You can't question that at all. Wants to know, do I believe in Sasquatch or the Jersey Devil? I do believe in the Sasquatch. I believe there is something out there that is big and hairy and walking around. I don't believe that they travel between dimensions like some episodes have said. I think it's just there's not many, and they aren't out there to be seen. When you went to and the Jersey Devil, I don't think so. I think there's maybe like a animal out of place that people just don't really recognize, and it's just making a living. It's been known as the Jersey Devil. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know, but the Sasquatch definitely. When you went to Secret Stash, did you see any of the guys from Comic Book Men? Years and years and years and years ago, when I went to the Secret Stash, Comic Book Men didn't exist. I saw, who I did see was Dante. If you have ever seen Clerks and Mallrats, the older movies by Kevin Smith, I saw Dante, if you know who Dante is. But these other guys, they came along. Comic Book Men is a new show. I haven't read comics steadily in like over 10 years. Do you think the extra woman is time traveling? Yes! In last week's video, I made this point for you guys to go watch Extra Woman in Charlie Chaplin film. Yeah, that's the whole point of what I said. He was time traveling. Yes, or she was time traveling, I said. Because, she's walking by and she's on the, she got her hand up to her ear and it's like the 1930s. Who the heck is talking on the phone? She's clearly talking. And then when she stops and turns and the picture fades out, you can see her lips moving, that she's talking to someone. So, yes, she's time traveling. That is what I meant to say, if I was ever at all unclear last week. And have you ever lived anywhere besides New Jersey? Nope, I am born and raised. Sid from 3 Delivery, who thinks I stopped doing Q&As. No, Sid. Burgers or hot dogs? Definitely burgers. You can always judge a good bar by the way they make their burger. Miss Elizabeth or Sensational Sherry? Definitely Miss Elizabeth. And do you think you can get your own toy room like Grimm's? Yeah, it would be Feisty Pants' toy room because I don't have toys. They're all feisty. Whose toys are all those toys? Yours. He's pointing to himself like this. My boy. David Griffin! What is you and the favorite Feisty Pants' outfits of the day for Easter? This is it! I'm wearing it! It's a sweatshirt and I got on shorts. That's what I'm wearing. No! I don't know. It's whatever's coming out of the closet. You and Feisty Pants' favorite memories of Easter that you will never forget. Well, actually, this episode, there's a lot of his cousins coming over that haven't all come over at once before. So this should be a pretty good Easter, I think. Your favorite vids of the Grimmettes since they're... You know, they have a good channel. I like all the episodes. I don't really have one favorite. They do a pretty good job every time they get in front of the camera. Second and third favorite feud on Grimm's channel. You know, I gotta be honest with you guys. I participate in Grimm's channel. I don't really have a favorite feud. The favorite one I thought was pretty funny was when Grimm and I did the voices like Lana and Rusev. I thought that was the most memorable. After that, you know, it's just one feud after another. I don't really have a list of favorite things. You know what I mean? I got stuff to do. I don't keep track of that stuff. When do you stream EverQuest? You know, this is a great question. I actually haven't played in a couple of weeks. I need to get back in there. I just haven't had the time between making videos and going to work and all sorts, you know, living life. EverQuest is like something I do, you know, for a couple hours a night when I have a few minutes to relax. So, you know, I'll have the TV on in the background. I gotta get back in there. I haven't played in a while. But I don't have a schedule that when I play, you know, I mean, I gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? It's when I find myself with a couple hours to play, that's when I play. Your thoughts on the TV show South Park? It's a funny cartoon. That's about all I know. I don't really watch it. What is your reaction and thoughts of Sting retiring? Well, I mean, it's about friggin' time. I thought it was pretty cool that when the WWE bought the WCW and they brought all those guys over, and I'm like, well, what about Sting? So finally, Sting comes over, and, you know, he gets hurt fighting Seth Rollins. Well, there's nothing left to but retire. So you know, that's it. Zach Dempsey wants to know if you ever gotten emotional over WWE apart from retirements. Not even during retirements. No emotion here. Straight-faced.
Yeah, straight-faced.
Straight-faced! Teresa, my Yankee buddy, wants to know, have I ever gotten stopped by a fan to get an autograph? Absolutely. There are my days working at Toys R Us. People recognize me. Are you Alex? Yep. I would take pictures, you know, stop and pose right there in pictures. Happened a lot at Toys R Us. Happened, you know, not as much everywhere else, but it has. You know, I totally have. Teresa wants to know if she can have my autograph, but she doesn't have a printer to print out a picture of me. No problem. We can work on that. No problem. And what cell phone carrier do you like better? You know, I've had T-Mobile, you know, like 100 years ago. I've had Verizon for, like, ever. And I fear that if I switch to something, you know, that's clearly a lot cheaper, I'm not going to get good service. But I almost want to try because Verizon it's just too damn expensive, man. And she wants to know what I think are the top 3 worst movies ever. Well, it's clearly Jaws 4: The Revenge is the top worst movie ever. Jaws 4: The Revenge, it's like, you know, the movie is just slapping you in the face. I don't even know what it's doing. It's slapping you in the face. It's Jaws 4. Yet again, the same family terrorized by shark attacks for the 4th time. As if the 3rd time wasn't bad enough. This is a Richard Jeni skit. Look up Richard Jeni, J-E-N-I, and he's hilarious. He was a great comedian. It was a favorite of mine and my brother's when we were boys, and he's just really funny. But what happens is, you know, he goes on this skit about how Jaws 4 just keeps slapping you in the face, and you know, so it's like, you know, here it is, Jaws 4: The Revenge. The shark kills the younger brother. And it's like, oh, okay, well, the husband had, you know, a heart attack and he died or whatever. And now they're going to go on vacation to the Bahamas. And the shark follows them to the Bahamas. And you're like, wait a minute. And the movie's just slapping you in the face. After that, I don't know. There's a ton of bad movies out there. It's hard to pick just 3. It's just that one is the most popular mainstream movie for me that was just awful. But if you've ever seen Mystery Science Theater 3000, they lip sync, they superimpose, or I don't know what they do, but it's really funny. They pick out a ton of bad movies there. Brenda wants to know, have I ever been to a WWE event? Yes, I've been to many. The last one I was at was Brooklyn, SummerSlam, NXT in Brooklyn, and SummerSlam weekend. That was the last one I went to, and but nothing to TNA. I don't really watch TNA. I don't follow TNA. I don't do Ring of Honor. I don't do Lucha Libres. I don't do you know, Pigs in a Blanket. I don't watch anything else. People have asked. So,
Pigs in a Blanket?
Pigs in a Blanket. It's just I don't have time to watch all these other leagues, and you know, I've actually sat down to watch TNA and Ring of Honor, and I didn't even pay attention to one damn thing that they were doing when the hour changed from like the first hour to the second hour. I was sitting here playing EverQuest, and I had it on in the background. I didn't even know who was wrestling, but I stopped when the girls came out, and the girl is playing, you know, the Dollhouse, and it's like, this is my house. Do you want to come and play? I'm like, how is that not a direct rip from Paige? It all sucks. So no, but the last one I was at was SummerSlam weekend up in Brooklyn. Viking Thor wants to know, do I follow the NFL? Sadly, I don't. I just, you know, I watched the Super Bowl for the commercials, and you know, we talk though. We're Packers fans, so right there. Will Mitchell wants to know who's my favorite Yankee of all time. It is Paul O'Neill. Paul O'Neill. If Paul O'Neill came around like 2 years before he did, it would have been the Paul O'Neill 60,000 card collection instead of the Andy Van Slyke 60,000 card collection. Doo-Hop's biggest #1 fan wants to know, what is my dream match? It is me versus Trish Stratus. Alright, so here you go, guys. This is the end of the show that nobody watches, everybody asks about, and that the part of the show that you should be watching. Here it is. Here's Alex's Toy Show. I am at MyPalAlex on the Twitter, and my channel is actually MyPalAlex. We do Q&A every Sunday, and when there's a pay-per-view, we do pay-per-view picks and pay-per-view results. Monday is a toy hunt and toy haul. Toy hunts haven't been around for a while because there's boring shit in the stores, and Feisty Pants loves it when I say a bad word. And we usually just do toy hauls instead, because it's boring to look at the same stuff. It's not allowed in the show. A million apologies, mister. Tuesday, I talk baseball. Wednesday, Feisty Pants plays Minecraft. Thursday and Saturday, we tend to leave it open for the other stuff we do. And Friday is fan mail. Now, if you have fan mail to send, this is where you want to send it to. Usually, I read the comments from YouTube all week long. Stuff people tweet me. And stuff that goes on down in Amino. But if you have something to send, you want to send it to Alex's Toy Show, P.O. Box 13, Bayville, New Jersey, 08721. These are the Amino groups that I'm in. Right there. You can write them all down real quick. And then Instagram. You can find me on Instagram, mypalalex_photos. And as, who was it asking before? Was it David? Yeah, as David asked before, I play EverQuest. That's the lone game that I've been playing for 17 years. And every once in a while, when I have the time, I stream my sessions on Twitch. Now, I haven't done it in a while, as David was asking, but I do. So, you can follow me on Twitch. I'm trying to figure out how to do it on YouTube. If someone could show me or write me comments on how to, you know, link it through YouTube, that would be pretty damn awesome. Because I asked Attack Slug and he doesn't even know. And it's like, it must be beyond comprehension. Because if Attack Slug doesn't know, then, you know, that's something that's high-level intelligence right there. Because Attack Slug knows everything about everything. Oh, and then that's it. Feisty Pants, what do we got to say to these people? Happy Easter?
Happy